Hello and welcome again. So I'm finishing today's session. So today I'm doing the LVMs and mounts and stuff that like from question 15 to 16 to 17. So this will be my last video for today, which I will share like little by little, but doesn't matter. So the idea here is that we already have done two questions in the exam. They will be in this order. That's how I had them as well. I mean, there might be other versions of the exam, but as far as I understood, this is how it went for me, and most of people had it like this. So if you do LSBLK, you'll see that we prepared already two partitions. We had this SDA1 that we made, and we put the LVM on it, with which we mounted also, we see the mount point, and SDA2, which is used as swap. So, we now need a little partition to prepare question 17, which is to resize logical volume. So resize could be make it bigger or make it smaller. So in our case, because we are making the lab ourselves, we will do the additional step of creating that LVM. So we'll first create the again, same than it's 15, so it's good practice. You will practice that as well, just like in question 15. You will create a physical volume, a volume group, a logical volume, and then you will give it a certain size. And then you will learn the good practice of mounting it, and then unmounting it, and checking it, and then resizing, and then reducing it. So this is all the procedure, but basically during the exam you won't need to do all the preparation steps. You will just start from shrinking. If you look at here, you will go through the shrinking, you will do the umount, you will unmount the stuff, it will be running. You will unmount it, you don't necessarily need to check it, to be honest. This is okay if you don't do it. It's good practice to do it, but if you don't, it's fine. So you can just skip that step, let's say optional, and resize though is not optional, you need to do it. So 50 MB, so they ask you for 50 MB in that question. Could be any kind of size, I don't know, I forgot what I had really. And then you reduce it. In our case, we will use the extents, but you need to count basically. So yeah, actually, yeah, for us it's that. So 5 times 10, that's 50. So this is the idea. So if you check, okay, let's start with the beginning. We'll do the preparation. Why did I do it with a 130 megabyte partition? Because I want to be able to manipulate it. We have already 450 used by the LVM, we have 400 used by the swap, so we have around 150 megabyte free. I don't want to be exactly on the 1 gigabyte. Who knows, there might be some extra bits that are needed for management or I don't know what. So you will just make it 130. 140 would be fine as well, but I would always leave a little bit of margin. This is a rule of thumb. I mean, it might not be the optimum, but it's just me liking a little bit of buffer for everything I do. And actually, it can prove useful. In the exam, I think I did it a bit too tight, and then I had the issue while creating the extents because it wouldn't be enough. I was just making the exact amount I was thinking I needed, and actually it didn't work because I couldn't put the last extent. So, which is okay. I mean, I went back and I deleted and redid the partition, but it's a bit annoying, you lose time like this. So always give a little bit of buffer, it will help you. And usually they give you quite some buffer, so you have some space that will be unused. In this case, I'm using almost everything, but yeah. This is just for practicing for the exam. The exam will be more easy, it will be easier and it will be prepared. So let's do the preparation. We will again do an fdisk of dev and SDA. And okay, again, like in the other videos, M for help, you can check every kind of, okay, let's do it. You can check every kind of command, and then you use just end for a new one, and you do another primary, and default is 3, so we want 3, that's good. And we want the default, we'll use the default, and in this case we are going to make it plus 130 M. 140 would be fine, 135, I don't care, you do what you want. So, and you do this, and then you want to change the type again. So when you change the type, which partition number? 3, default is 3 anyway, because the others are already set. So you do this, if you forgot, you go there. And then let's say we want also an LVM, so we will pick the same than before, AE, that's with question 15. And we do this, and this is good, this is our next LVM. And at the end, don't forget to write your stuff. So W, it's written, and it exits this interaction automatically after you write it. And we have already the partition. So if we do ls block, then we'll see the partition here as the A3, which is good, very good. 130 megabytes, so that's exactly fine. We have basically one that's 450 and one that is 400, and everything is good. We still have 20 megabytes. We won't touch them. Basically, we will even shrink this one. I mean, we will shrink the LVM, but we won't shrink the partition. So partition can stay like this, it's fine. So now, let us create the physical volume, so pvcreate. And then again, dev sda3, this is the new partition we're having. So you just do that. There is a warning, don't worry, just like the others, it's like a virtual box a bit. This is how it works, but it doesn't bother you. And also during the exam, this is fine, I got the full points, this is how you should do it. So don't worry about this. You shouldn't get the warning during the exam, I think. It's done with a different VM system. I don't know what they're using. Honestly, I don't care. And okay, pvcreate, so that's it. Then you want to check, you can check the PVs. Is it there? Yes, it's there. SDA3, you see it. PVS, you could do PV display, just like I explained in the others. Then you create the volume group, vgcreate. If you want to remember a bit the theory of the physical volume and volume group and logical volume, then go in my video for question 15. I explained it there. Then we want to create it with 12 extents, let's say, because we'll make it 12 extents of 10. So, oh, sorry, I should first, wait, I'm going too quickly now. I'm going to do yeah. So same than in question 15, we'll first create the volume group. I was going too quick. So you specify the size of the extents by the -s, and you specify the volume group, so I call it vgroup in this case, and then which device will be used, so which partition, and it's dev sda3. Once that is done, so you see there's also a warning, don't worry about this, it's completely fine. Volume group vgroup successfully created. So we now have a volume group of 12 extents. A volume group with filled with 10 megabytes extents. So we now define which plates the Legos have, and then we will create the logical volume. So lvcreate, we could also check with VGS the volume groups. You could also do vgdisplay, the same. It's always the same principle, vgdisplay, VGS, or pvdisplay, PVS, or lvdisplay, LVS. This is always the same principle, same syntax. And then once you did this, so this is basically fine, so we can now create our logical volume. So logical volume, 12 extents, and the name will be VO, and it will be built on the vgroup virtual a volume group. Okay, so I do this, VO created. So if I do LVS now, I'll also see VO, it's there. So if I do LV display, I will also see it, and it's here. This is here, 120, because we made 12 extents of 10 megabytes. So now, let us see. So now I'm done with this. No, not yet. So we need to make the file system. So this syntax is the same than in question 15. If you forgot, then you can check it there. Dev, and you need to specify the volume group, and then the logical volume. In our case, VO. You do this, and it's happy and good. And then let me see, and then we need to, we will mount it. So we'll make a mount, so we can use the existing mount. We don't need the P because mount exists, I know. So we just basically need to create the VO, so it should work fine. And now if I do this, it should be there, yeah. There is nothing inside, but it's there. Okay, now I will mount this into vgroup. VO, I will mount this logical volume onto the directory. It's better said, I guess. I don't know how we should say it. This is all not defined. Okay, anyway, let's mount this. and it worked. So probably if I do this, opa. Okay, well, I'd see it below, but basically if we do, sorry, I missed it, but if you do this and then VO, you will see it. Okay, this is appearing. Okay, I will do an extra step. I will still do block ID, and I will do the, if I do VO, does it? No, I need to specify. Okay, dev vgroup and VO. All right, okay, I think I need to specify it differently. Yeah, maybe I need the mapper thingy. Mapper vgroup. Wasn't it mapper? Oh yeah, let's see. Block ID. Actually, if I just block ID, it should just give me all those. And then, yeah, if I do this, zoop, and zoop, block ID, zoop, and then I just see this one. I will clear a bit the screen because it's a bit too much. And then you have the block ID. So you can also just mount it. You just copy this thing, and then vim etc fs tab, and you add another line. I mean, this is just preparation, but yeah, it's also good practice. You practice a bit along the way. I think, opa, what did I do? Let's go back. I'll replace it because sometimes I skip a character. I don't want to make anything wrong. And then it will be mount VO and ext4 and then default and 0, 0. So, oh, I made a mistake, no. This is not a big issue. Okay, so we have it. Just make sure you use the right syntax, but this is it. So now you check the mounts, and you could also even umount this mount VO. If you do that, you check the mount and you do a grep of VO and it will be gone. And then you could do a systemctl. I think it's important, daemon reload, because they always asked us. So let's do a mount A to remount everything, and then if you do again the mount VO, it should be there. Yeah. So it's back up. So anyway, we did it persistent. I mean, we did a great preparation. Basically, we did again the work that we would do in question 15, but a little bit quicker with less explanation. So I just want you to get to the point. You could also resize the existing mount that we did, it's okay, but I'd rather have it prepared, and it's anyway good practice to do it again. So now that we did it, let's do the shrinking. Good practice is you unmount the stuff before you shrink, otherwise it will lead to some problems. Might be fine, but mostly it will lead to problems, so you don't want to do it. So you follow the good practice, you unmount that stuff like I did just before. You unmount it, so if you check now the mounts with this, then it's gone. Yeah. Recommended is to check this file system. So E2FS check is for this kind of system, which is ext4. There are other commands for different file systems. This is the one we use in this case. I suggest you use the man page or stuff like this to check how it's done. Mostly you don't even need to do it, to be honest. I'm a bit being like, I'm doing the good practice stuff, but normally you don't need to do that. If you do it, it will do a pass, it will tell you, yeah, it's checking, but all good, and we are happy. So 0.0% non-contiguous, we are all fine, everyone is happy. And then once you did this, then you resize. So you need to remember this by heart. So resize to fs, and then you specify the dev vgroup and VO, and this is you specify the path to the logical volume, and you say now I want to resize this to 50 megabytes. And you could also say, you know, it's 3070, and considering we want to do it 5, let's do it like, I don't know, 55 or something. Just give it a bit of space, because anyway they give us a margin. In the exam they also give you a margin, so this is completely fine. You do it like this, and by doing this you give yourself a little bit of breathing space in case it takes a little bit more for whatever nonsense management it's doing. So you do lvreduce. Once this is done, you do the lvreduce, and you do it by extent. It's the same principle that for the vgcreate. So basically, if I go back, if I do lvreduce and I do help, you will see that lvreduce with a -L is using the size, like it can be. I'm not sure in this case if you can use the, let's say, percentage, or if you have to use the size. I think it has to be like specified here, the absolute size, and then the LV, or you use it with -l, like non-caps, and this one will be by extents. You can also specify the flag like this, but little l will be extents and big L will be by size. Oh, actually by extents you can use the %. This is where you can use the %. Okay, understood. Anyway, so we will use it by extent. You can try with the sizes the same, like, I mean, yeah. Use, play around with it, have fun. We will do the lvreduce by extent, so we'll reduce it to 5 extents. And knowing that these, we prepared them with extents of 10, then we'll be good to go. This will be specified in the exam, so you don't need to worry too much about this. So then you do dev vgroup and vo. So basically we specify the path to the logical value. So, and we reduce it by 2, we reduce it to 5 extents. And I do this, and file system reduce is required. Ah, look at this. File system ext4 found on the file system is larger than the requested size. File system reduce is required. Ah, okay, so you see, I actually need to be exactly, interesting, let's do it. I need to be exactly, so this is the opposite. I thought I would to have a bit of margin, but anyway, it's good because we can always reduce. So let's resize it. And then we do this, and it worked. So actually in this case it needs to be exactly the same, and that's working. So it's good you've been seeing the error and how you handle it, and then it's good. And basically that's it. Then we just need to remount, so to check that it's still mountable and fine. So you do the mount, but actually you can just do mount A because, yeah, it's already in the FS tab. If it's not, then you do it manually. And if I do like this, and then I do this, and then I do a grep of VO, and then it's back. It's back up. If I do a ls block, I will see my little mount here of 50 megabyte. If I do a block ID, I will see this here. And if I want, I can do block ID here. And yeah, we have this information. I think with block ID you have some options as well. You can check it in help. I think it's, what was it? You have list 1, lookup, only first, cache, no encoding, label, match, tag, usage. You have also usage, no particles, help version, no. Size, hint value, info. I, maybe. Yeah, there's something like that. Let me see if I do a little block ID. Okay, and then if I do this, let's see, it gives you a bit more information. Well, okay, but this doesn't matter anyway. We're good. So basically you can then also check, we can check, we can do a df, H for human readable, and then mount, and then VO, and then we'll see the size and what's used and whatever. So you see, it's using some bits and for whatever reason, so yeah, it's good to have always some margin, but in this case you need to specify the exact size, which is okay. And then you can also, you can change the logical volumes, also same way here, or like this, actually, vgroup and VO. And this is the same, yeah. All right, well, we're good. So that's it for this lesson. This lab, lesson, lecture, I don't know how to call it. I think it's a lab, but I'm also giving so many tips. I think in the end, it's some kind of a course. So like this, you're good to go for this question. I hope you like it. It's good practice to create those partitions because this is some kind of a tough part to understand the concept. So I really suggest you redo a couple of times question 15, 16, 17 in a row and do it like I did, like recreate the partition, you can completely wipe the disk and redo it again and again and until you really integrated those concepts. And once you integrate and learn by heart those things, it will come naturally during the exam. You won't need to think much and this will go quickly. This is one of the questions I think where you need to study a little bit and learn a little bit because this is not very natural. It has to become natural by practicing. So good luck with that and see you in the next question. That's it for me today. Bye bye.